Okay, thank you, madam. Good evening, all the dignitaries, faculties, and participants. First, we will start with the Saraswati Vandana.
Madam, please unmute yourself. Dhotre madam.
Dhotre madam, unmute yourself.
Yeah, just.
Madam, please unmute. Dhotre madam.
Madam, there is no sound.
Yeah, just working on. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
No sound, madam.
Thank you, madam. With deep gratitude towards our founder chancellor, Dr. Patangrao Kadam Saheb, I, Rohini Khalkar, welcome you all on behalf of Department of Computer Engineering, Bharati Vidyapeeth, deemed to be University College of Engineering, Pune, for 2 weeks hybrid mode Atal FDP on emerging trends in data science and analytics from 31st October to 11 November 2022, sponsored by AICTE's Training and Learning Academy. I welcome our principal, Dr. Vidula Sohoni Madam, today's chief guest, Dr. N. Subramanian, Senior Director, Research and Development Center for Development of Advanced Computing, CDAC, Head of the Department, Computer Engineering, Dr. Sandeep Vandale Sir, all the faculties and participants present here. Now I request Coordinator of the FDP, Dr. Sunita Dhotre Madam, to share her thoughts.
Madam, please unmute yourself. Dhotre madam.
Yeah. Am I audible, sir, now?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Rohini. In God we trust, and all others must bring data. This is what we say, and it is the saying. So I first of all express my gratitude towards AICTE Teaching Learning Academy, that is ATL, who has been keen and instrumental in arranging this faculty development program. AICTE is always encouraging academic excellence in technical education and taken several quality initiatives, and this FDP is one of them. My sincere gratitude also towards our principal management who strives and supports such initiatives in all possible way. This faculty development program belongs to the emerging thrust area of data science. It aims to provide an in-depth understanding of the field of data. The program will enable participants to build basic to advanced data science skills and gain knowledge on data analytics. It is a blend of fundamental concepts hands-on sessions, industry use cases, and of course, a visit to industry. The objective of ATL, that is ATL Training and Learning Academy, is to impart quality faculty development program for faculty so that the faculties have sound domain knowledge and associated skills of the subject. They can apply the knowledge which they gain over here to the real life and impart it to their students. They will be also introduced to pedagogic techniques so that they deliver the contents effectively and upgrade their skills in research and problem solving. The 2 weeks ATL sponsored workshops have stressed upon imparting quality contents. So it will surely help you to get the insights of the world of data science and analytics. Definitely, theory is to be supported with practice and application. So this program is conducted in hybrid mode, in which the first week is online and the second week is offline at BVDU COE Pune. That is our college, wherein you will learn all the practical skills. There is more to learning algorithms, methods, and techniques in the thrust area of data science, as we will also touch upon the research methodologies, pedagogic skills, life skills. Also, we have planned a visit to CDAC Pune. So this, I wish all the participants a happy learning and hope you enjoy these 2 weeks of learning effectively and impart this to your students. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Now I request our HOD, Dr. Sandeep Vandale sir, to say a few words.
Good evening, all of you. Myself, Professor Sandeep Vanjale, Head of Computer Engineering Department, would like to welcome today's Chief Guest, Dr. N. Subramanian, who is serving as a Senior Director at CDAC Pune for this 2 weeks ATL FDP on emerging trends in data science and analytics. The Department of Computer Engineering was established in 1985. Currently, the department is running BTech Computer Engineering program and postgraduate program MTech Computer Engineering under the ambits of Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed to be university. The department also offers PhD in computer engineering. We are a team of young and dynamic faculty members. We have published more than 600 papers in reputed international journals. There are total 8 faculties who are doctorate and 5 faculty are pursuing PhD. We have recently implemented new curriculum as per the feedback from the alumni, industry, subject experts, faculties. The curriculum includes the courses that are latest and proposed by various IT industries. The BTech Computer Engineering program has been accredited by NBA 3 times. Total, there are 8 patents filed by faculties in the department. As a result of Computer Engineering Department initiative, the institute has received the status of VMware IT Academy, which is reflected to be a career center of excellence. The department has a very good record of placements. Every year, students get placed in top IT companies. I would like to thank Honorable Chancellor Dr. Shivaji Rao sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Vivek Savji sir, and Honorable Secretary Dr. Vishwesh Karam sir, and Principal Dr. Vidyula Soni madam for their constant support and encouragement. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request our principal, Dr. Vidula Soni madam, to enlighten us with few words. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I will start my speech by paying my respect to Honorable Dr. Patangrao Kadam sir, who is the founder chancellor of Bharati Vidyapeeth Pune. My sincere gratitude to him and his contribution towards the field of education. Good evening all. On behalf of Bharati Vidyapeeth Deemed University College of Engineering Pune, I welcome today's chief guest, Dr. N. Subramaniam, who is the senior director in CDAC, that is Center for the Development of Advanced Computing. Dr. S.B. Vanjale sir, who is the head Computer Engineering Department. Dr. Sunita Dhotre madam, who is the coordinator of this FDP. Dr. Sachin Vakurdekar, who is associating Sunita Dhotre madam. Professor Rohini Khalkar madam, and all other participants who are attending this particular workshop. My sincere welcome to all of you for this particular workshop. First of all, my sincere thanks to AICTE ATL for granting us the funds and permission for conducting this particular faculty development program, which is in a hybrid mode. So after a period of 1 week, the participants will be coming to our college. So I welcome all the participants after 7th November to our College of Engineering, Pune. My sincere thanks are also due to our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Shivaji Rao Kadam Sir, our Chancellor, Dr. Shivaji Rao Kadam Sir, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Vivek Savji, and Honorable Secretary, Dr. Vishwajit Kadam, for his constant support towards all the activities of Engineering College. Bharati Vidyapeeth Deemed University College of Engineering is a constituent of Bharati Vidyapeeth Deemed University. Bharati Vidyapeeth was established by Honorable Dr. Patangrao Kadam in the year 1964, and he constituted number of educational institutions under Bharati Vidyapeeth. In the year 1996, because of the quality performance, the Bharati Vidyapeeth got the status of deemed to be university. College of Engineering Pune was established in the year 1983 and became the part of the Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed to be university in the year 2001. Because of the quality performance of this university, the university has been accredited by NAC 3 times and A plus grade has been achieved, and soon we will be going for our 4th accreditation. College of Engineering Pune is under the ambit of Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed university, which runs 11 undergraduate programs, 8 postgraduate programs, and 8 PhD programs. Which is the college is with a lush green campus surrounded by lush green trees and having a state of art infrastructure with a separate library building for the college. There are in all 10 departments in the college, and the faculty members are the blend of young and junior faculty members who are deeply involved in the teaching learning process along with the research work. As a result of this, the College of Engineering has been ranked among the among the ranking by National Institutional Ranking Framework consecutively for last 5 years, and this year the college has been ranked 131 amongst the top 200 private engineering colleges in India, having 4th rank in Pune. India Today has also given the 12th rank for the college in All India ranking of private colleges, as well as the DataQuest has given the 15th rank in top T schools in India, 6th rank in top T private schools in India, and 3rd rank in the West Zone. Outlook magazine has given the 29th rank among top 100 private engineering colleges all over India. The college is also associated with Industry Institute Interaction. As a result, AICT Internshala ranked this college at 20th at the national level and 2nd in the West Zone for best internship record. The Atal ranking of institutions on innovation achievement also ranked this college among top 50 private institutes of India in ARIA MHRD. The college is deeply associated with Confederation of Indian Industries also for its collaboration with industries, and as a result, the college has been awarded a platinum category by AICTE under the CII Survey 2019. The college has established a separate innovation council, which is known as Institute Innovation Council, and this council has conducted more than 200 activities, especially for the students, where the students develop their own ideas, present their own ideas, take part in various hackathons. More than 200 activities are conducted during this particular period. The faculty members of this college are very active in the research work. In last 3 years, more than 300 research papers in the standard journals with Scopus Index journals are published by the faculty members of this college, and more than 4 patents are there to the credit of this college. Because of these achievements, the college has been promoting good placement for the final year students. If you see the placements are more than 95% every year, and because of this, the college has received the Certificate of Excellence Award as a Best Engineering College for Placement by Pune Times. It has also received the Best Engineering College Award Certificate of Excellence by Navbharat Times this year. The college is conducting number of FDPs and number of programs. Recently, a workshop on nanostructured materials was conducted in association with CMET. In addition to that, the institute has been recognized as the first institute under MSME Innovation Scheme of Ministry, and the college has been considered as the incubation center. With all these activities, I congratulate Dr. Sunita Dhotre Madam, Dr. Undale sir, and her team for conducting this FDP. I welcome all the faculty members who have joined this particular FDP, and I wish them a happy learning through this FDP. And I also welcome them after a week offline to our college campus. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your valuable guidance. Now I present here e-bouquet and e-memento to our chief guest, Dr. N. Subramanian sir. We are honored to have with us today's chief guest, Dr. N. Subramanian, who is Senior Director, Research and Development at CDAC, that is Center for Development of Advanced Computing. He is involved in coordinating research and development activities across CDAC, R&D labs, and engaged in coordinating projects such as eSign, online digital signing service, AI for cybersecurity, 5G middleware and applications, and ICT accessibility standards. His specific research interests include computer and network security, 5G and quality of service, edge security, trusted AI and quantum resistant security. We contribute towards preparation of technology foresight and roadmap reports and standardization activities. He guides MTech and PhD students and mentors startups as a part of Hackathon. He is a member of various technical committees of government, doctoral committees, IEEE standards, associations. Now I request our chief guest to share his views.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Good evening to all. Yeah, I would just need to share my session.
Yeah, we'll stop sharing, sir. You can share your slides.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yes.
I hope the presentation is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. First of all, I take this opportunity to thank for inviting me for this key event by Bharat Vidyapeeth College of Engineering on this faculty development program, and welcome all the participants, researchers, and faculty. I'm sure that this is going to be an interesting journey for you for next 2 weeks, as it was highlighted. Let me just take a few minutes to share some of the interesting open challenges and opportunities in this area. So we all know that data is kind of growing in huge volume. We all know that as per the regulator TRAI in Government of India, DOT, we see more than 829 million internet broadband subscribers. So this all means that we are having every home more than at least 3 to 4 devices getting added on to the internet. And along with that, we know that the smartphone penetration is extremely high now, slowly going away, fading away the feature phone, and we see a lot of users for smartphone and the applications. You see a wide range of applications, especially during the pandemic period. We saw that the entire education sector, health sector, has adopted smartphone as well as other means of delivering the content and reaching out to the users. Needless to say that the cloud service market is already picking up in the country, and it's growing in a very rapid pace. Another important initiative of Government of India, again, we see is like more than 1,73,000 gram panchayats of the country are getting connected via optical fiber. So this means that it's not just alone the urban masses, but we also see a large section of rural populace as well as a wide variety of users across the country in the length and breadth getting added to the internet as well as the usage of various applications and use cases. So there's a prediction that's by Statistica says that 180 zettabytes of global data volume would be reached by 2025. And IDC predicts that about 90 zettabyte of that would come mainly from IoTs alone. I do see that in the faculty development program that is focused specifically on IoT based data analysis. Very pertinent, very important. We also see more than 150 trillion gigabytes of real-time data that will be needed to be mined in the coming years. So this all means that this particular topic of data analytics and data science is very important, and huge opportunities and open issues are there. When you look at the technological adoption, we are actually moving towards a paradigm which we call as the edge intelligence. Traditionally, when you look at the growth of the internet, way back in fag end of 90s or early 90s, when the internet was proliferating, we used to see different kind of networks and local area networks and applications, where the core of the network was more powerful and intelligent. Whereas now we see a lot of intelligence is moving towards the edge. We see a lot of opportunities for data collection under various initiatives like smart cities, paradigm of working from home, digitization by various sectors like e-learning or telehealth, smart agriculture, critical infrastructure. This is one sector which was very concerned about moving into the digitization way because of their legacy systems and sensitivity to their data. But we have been seeing in the last decade, the critical infrastructure, whether it is power sector or today you talk about any other critical infrastructure like nuclear or any other sector, they all have adopted way of interconnection and adoption of digitization into it for remote based controls and monitoring and various other purposes. Needless to say, in the country, in the entire world, India is leading in the field of banking and finance, with India Stack as its goal with Aadhaar, and generally it is called as Jan Dhan Aadhaar Mobile Revolution and India Stack. We are able to today do quite a lot of transaction for our daily lives using our mobile and other gadgets. When you look at the technology perspective, we see the high performance computing again moving into a trajectory which I'll shortly be talking about into data churning model. Traditionally, HPC was largely for solving science and engineering problems. Now moving ahead with respect to adopting the AI with its hybrid architectures with GPU based approaches plays an important role when you talk about the data science and data analytics. With GPON, we have got all our homes getting connected and zero trust architecture, cloud. 5G has been rolled out in the country. IoTs are widely spreading across various sectors like transportation, smart water meter, and various other initiatives. Software defined network makes the networks more intelligent and adaptive and dynamic. And of course, AI plays a very important role for, carrying out deep analysis of it. Essentially, all this put together is moving. We are moving away from one generation next from cloud alone to a edge cloud fog kind of a situation where the data is going to be very closer to the user as well as the intelligence is moving nearer to the user. It need not be always done at the cloud. So this is the kind of a paradigm change what we are seeing. Way back in 2017, I urged members to kindly go through this comprehensive ASEM computer survey, nicely articulating the various aspects of data science and data analytics. It talks about the characteristics of data that gets connected and you get collected from any time. So there is no prescribed time now we talk about data collection. Anytime you see huge amount of data getting churned out and getting created and processed and analyzed from any place. So it's not again restricted by any geography, with sensors spread around, with all our applications in our hand, and with cloud as the strong infrastructure at the back end. You see at any place the data getting generated and being processed, and any source. You have not only the source of data as humans, but also we have various gadgets, devices getting data. And again, you talk about digitally bound data as well as data that are getting converted, traditional data getting converted to digital domain. Like for example, when you talk about, I see a lot of focus given in the FDP also on the natural language processing and speech. So when you talk about applications of OCR and scanned data content and traditional repositories, so you see data coming out in many form, and the non-traditional manner, the extent is wide, depth is deep, variety, and the speed. So with all this, we see a paradigm, at least at CDAC, we see that the high performance computing, the supercomputing approaches itself moves in a different trajectory now, where we see a converged approach of HPC and AI. The nation's biggest supercomputer, which is the HPC AI-based computer called Param Siddhi, is established in CDAC Pune, and with 210 petaflop capability. It actually houses the hybrid architecture of GPUs and has been benchmarked for HPC AI workloads. So traditionally, as I was saying, when you look at the high performance computing, which has been largely by CPU oriented processing for science and engineering for high precision applications, the trend is changing with conversational AI as well as computer vision kind of applications coming, where you need huge amount of parallel processing happening and data to be churned that you would be catching up in this faculty development program. And definitely HPC and AI combined together gives a very powerful infrastructure with open platforms and resources. You see an interdisciplinary mechanism that is being facilitated by such an infrastructure, carrying out optimization of machine learning algorithms. And today you see a lot of toolkits, APIs are all available for various use cases such as natural language processing, speech, and various other applications as well. Another important aspect which I would want to dwell upon or motivate researchers who are here in this event with us is to think about the aspect of responsible AI. When you talk about data analytics today, we see that it is cutting across various sectors, including sensitive sectors like medical and very important ones, where we see that the responsible AI is very important. Testing is very important to ensure that the models are robust. There are no leakages or there are no weakness in the models. There are concerns related to adversarial, concerns on ML and AI-based learning methods. That actually puts in the need for development of a trusted AI kind of a primitive and moving towards explainable AI. So one would be able to convince himself that the decision that is being proposed or taken is with solid proofs and with actuality based on the data and not through any other influences or any biases. So there are open areas. These are not fully solved, and there are interesting opportunities for us to look at this particular aspect when you talk about data science and data analytics. When you look at another important aspect today, when you talk about the aspect of data analytics is the need for privacy preserving mechanisms. So when you talk about privacy preserving mechanisms, you see we have newer technologies and newer mathematical models that are facilitating, such as homomorphic encryption and methods, where it actually proposes ways to see how you can process the ciphertext or the encrypted data. Recently, the Alan Turing Institute in the UK has actually taken up a very large step in nurturing various research and development activities, which you would be able to witness yourself when you learn about their activities and research. Differential privacy is very important. When, for example, when a particular sector wants to collect the data or want to share the data with another party, you need to be sure that what element or subset of data or the attributes of data alone are required to be shared. And is it possible only that subset of attribute can be shared? And if so, how is it possible and what are the mechanisms to do that? So it's very important to see that differential privacy is put in place so that only relevant data and minimal amount of data is getting shared when you carry out data analytics and processing. Synthetic data generators also need to take care of the preserving of the statistical features, price preserving generative models to be explored. On overall, if you look at the health as a use case, safe AI for surgical assistance and things like that are very important. Coming to the important references for all the participants in this event, we have in India an important mission called National Mission on Integrated Cyber Physical Systems. This is an initiative by Government of India, spearheaded by Department of Science and Technology. Under this, various technological hubs and application hubs are set up across the country for various technological, vertical emerging technology focus areas on quantum computing, on AI, and on network security and various other aspects. The given are the three important institutes like ISI Calcutta, the Institute of Data Engineering, Analytics and Science Foundation. They are vested with focusing mainly their hub for cyber physical system oriented data science, big data analytics and data curation. Similarly, we see the role of IIT BHU for data analytics and predictive technologies. Similarly, IIIT Hyderabad has set up IIIT Data iHub Foundation that is also working on related areas of data banks, data services, and data analysis. I'm sure that when you visit these hubs and look into their activities, you would learn more about the ongoing present research across the country and possible collaborations. At the international level, of course, we are all aware of the IEEE transaction on big data, Journal of Data Sciences, International Journal for Data Science and Analytics, key conferences, ACM, knowledge discovery in databases, open data science conferences, ICHKI, AAAI, and VLDB, Sigmod, and ICD. These are some of the key resources I would definitely urge members to see for the latest research and other activities. And with this, I conclude my talk, and I wish all the participants a wonderful session in learning this under this FDP. And with this, I thank the organizers for inviting me and welcome all to CDAC as well, as it was mentioned, as I understand now, that you would be coming over here. And thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words and guidance. Sachin, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, one and all. I convey my best wishes to the Honorable Chief Guest, beloved Principal and participants.
Sachin, sir, you are not audible clearly.
The voice is not clear.
Am I audible? Am I
Little
audible?
Yes, sir.
loudly.
Hello? Am I audible?
Now speak loudly.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, one and all. I convey my best wishes to Honorable Chief Guest, beloved Principal Madam, participants, and my dear friends. I, Sachin Vakurdekar, consider this occasion as an honor and privilege to extend the vote of thanks. Once a great man whispered, feeling thankfulness and not presenting it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Today, I take the opportunity to put all my gratitude into words. On behalf of Bharati Vidyapeeth, deemed to be University College of Engineering and Department of Computer Engineering, I would like to thank our chief guest, Dr. N. Subramanian, for taking his precious time out and consenting to be the chief guest. Sir, indeed, your words inspired us. Uh, we have been fortunate to be assisted by our principal, Dr. Vidula Soni Madam. You have been a constant support and you, uh, you, you have given us a lot of encouragement. Thank you, ma'am. I thank to Dr. Sandeep Vanjale, young and dynamic HOD of Computer Engineering Department, for his enthusiasm, support, and encouragement. I thank all the faculty members for their presence this evening. You always help us in carrying out such important events. Last but not least, I thank all the participants for showing their interest in the program. I once again thanks everyone for making the program successful. Thank you.
Before leaving, I request all the faculty, dignitaries, and participants to switch on their cameras and take photos. Everyone is
Madam, please repeat again.
I request all the dignitaries, faculties, and participants to switch on the cameras so that we can take a photo.
All the participants, please switch on your camera for a photograph.
All participants, please switch on the camera.
Request to all the participants to switch on your camera so that we can take a photograph of this inaugural program of the Faculty Development Program. Request to all the participants.
Yes, madam. Most of them have switched on the camera.
Thank you. All are visible.
Okay, Kalkar madam.
And participants, we will start the session in 5 minutes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Yes.
Surin, sir.
Thank you.
Madam, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam,
Thank
for
you.
sparing your valuable time.
Thank you, madam.
Now, next section will start after 5 minutes. All the participants, please be wait. Next session will start within 5 minutes.
The participants, please wait. We'll be starting. I have some instructions to give before starting the session. And madam, our guest is here. So the speaker for the session, Dr. K. Chandrasekharan, has already joined.
Chandrasekhar sir, welcome, sir. Good evening, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Good evening. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome. Glad to have you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, within 5 minutes, we start the next session, sir. Your
No
session.
issue. No issue.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So, is my sharing visible to them?
Yes, madam, it is visible.
Rohini, shall we start?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Yeah. I can't share my video.
Okay, shall we wait for 2 minutes?
I'll just stop sharing and yeah. So good evening, all the participants. I'm I'll be just sharing you what are our plans. I mean, it is 2 weeks FDP. So the first week is online and the second week is offline. The session schedule has been shared with you. So the sessions are, I mean, we have taken great care to ensure that we touch upon everything during this 2 weeks. So today's guest is also here and he'll be talking on importance of data science. Then we'll take you to the tour of visualization and its importance. We'll start with the algorithms of actual what is data analytics, that is classification and clustering, time series analysis, predictive modeling. We'll also touch upon data analytics for IoT devices. So that is a very good session. Then the practical hands-on session. So next week, we are delighted to welcome you at our beautiful campus. So here we'll be having a rigorous hands-on sessions. So that will be on R programming, then data complexity optimization using R. Then we'll be touching upon supervised and unsupervised learning. Also deep learning and machine learning using MATLAB. Then there is a case study by like say on natural language processing and speech processing. And also we'll touch upon mathematical foundations and case studies on data science and application. So this is in general. We have a very good session on national education policy and in-depth session which will take you to the overview of the new national education policy which India is implementing now. And along with that, we'll have research papers discussion. So I'll be forming a group just after this session and we'll have group discussions. Then we'll be taking you to, like say you, all of you know actually pedagogic techniques, but each one of you have to give a presentation on pedagogic technique. So that is a mandatory exercise that we'll do along with the group activity. And you have to appear for 2 tests. So there will be 2 MCQ tests. So this is the schedule for the 2 weeks and we'll have a visit to CDAC. That is on 9th of November. So we all will be traveling to CDAC. This will be followed by comprehensive, like say, assessment. So the assessment is based on your attendance as said by AICTE and the guidelines. It is 80% attendance mandatory. 2 assessments are necessary. So they'll be in 2 weeks. And then I'll be evaluating you on the different techniques. So you have to submit article summary, 2 per team. I mean the research journal, which we'll be discussing. Then the teaching practice. Then the report of the industrial visit and the reflection journal. So this is all the evaluation parameters. I'll send you all the guidelines through mail also. And this is what we do. Now I hand over to Rohini Khalkar to please start with the session.
Thank you, madam. Good evening once again, all the dignitaries, today's speaker, our principal, Dr. Vidula Sohne madam, Dr. Vandale sir, and faculties and all the participants. I welcome Dr. K. Chandrasekaran, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, Surathkal. He has 35 years of experience in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering in National Institute of Technology, Karnataka. He is active researcher, practitioner, designer, engineer, teacher, and a mentor. He has specialization in the areas such as software engineering, cloud and service computing, cybersecurity, data and knowledge engineering, and enterprise computing, as well as social informatics. Dr. K. Chandrasekaran is a member of editorial board of IEEE Transactions on Cloud Computing. He is also a member of technical group of Government of India for standards in cloud computing, Internet of Things, and security. He is editorial technical member in Ender Science and many more. He has received Best Paper Awards in various international conferences, as well as Best Teacher Award by review groups. He has authored a book on Essentials of Cloud Computing in 2015. He has also authored more than 350 papers and articles in reputed journals in his credit. Now I request Dr. K. Chandrasekaran sir to start with his session. Sir, please.
Sir, please unmute, sir.
So can you share
Chandrasekaran. So you are not audible. Please unmute, sir. Chandrasekaran, sir, please unmute yourself.
He is unmute only.
No. Madam, please call to Chandrasekaran, sir.
Sir, just 2 minutes, okay? He is not audible.
Yes, okay.
Okay, just check. Yeah. Yeah, now you are like say. No, sir, you are not audible.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir. Chandrasekhar, sir, your voice is not audible.
But I don't have any control, sir.
Ah, yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir,
Now,
it's
now
audible.
you are
Now
audible,
it's
sir.
audible.
Now
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are
it's
audible, sir.
audible now. Yeah.
Please continue, sir.
Okay. So can you please share my PPT which is with you now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You can share from your side also, sir. I mean,
Trying.
you are a presenter. Just check. Yeah. Is the option available?
Option is available, but it is not permitting me to share it. To share content present more.
Yeah.
Is it visible now? Screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
it's
yes,
visible, sir.
It's okay. So nice of you. Thank you. So if any problem, please tell me so that I'll be able to do something. The topic that we have taken up is importance of data science. Again, I am rechecking. Is the voice, my voice, is it audible to you?
yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, so please keep answering me because I'm sitting remotely, you are sitting in some other place. So we should be synchronized in terms of computer science. Otherwise, my contents will not reach you. So we are interested in looking at the meaning of data science and its importance for all of us. So that is the topic. So we will look at the meaning of data and data science with respect to our life. What is that we do in every day, and does it make any sense for understanding the terminologies data and data science? And once we are clear and understanding these two terminologies with respect to our life, then we can go ahead in understanding what is that technology saying, how that technology helps us to make use of the data science in different domains. So that is how the contents have been framed now. Okay, so is it audible now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
It's audible.
Okay,
Yeah, please
okay.
continue, sir.
Okay,
It's
so
okay.
the first part is understanding the meaning of data and data science in our life. So the outline of session 1 is meaning of understanding the word data, activities, what we do every day, and then making out some reasoning on that. So the data, as you already know, is nothing but the collection of discrete values that convey some information describing the, it can be an information, it can be describing some quantity like numbers, it can be some quality in terms of percentage, fact, statistics, and other basic units of meaning, or simply some sequences of symbols that can be further interpreted by human or machine. So that is the definition given by Wikipedia. So now with this definition, if we try to understand what is there with us, in today's world, high-tech world, data is everywhere around us. So we make use of data every now and then, every minutes of our time. So we have been producing and consuming vast amounts of data in our lives, and our brains have always been looking for patterns. You know the meaning of pattern, some kind of similarities. So we have, if you see me today, and maybe after a month, if you happen to see me at Pune, then you will be able to understand that, oh, this guy has come somewhere and I've seen him. That kind of pattern matching you will be doing mentally. So that kind of activity is called patterns, and making sense of that kind of patterns is the routine activity in our life. And this kind of activity we do every day. If we think about shopping, real estate, if you go for purchase of some land and things like that. So in every activity of our lifestyle, no, we keep doing this. That is where the meaning of data in our life. So somebody has mentioned there are 21 daily routines we do. What are those 21 daily routines? Waking up at 7 a.m. and drinking some 50 gallons of water and so many other activities until we go to bed. So these are all some sample list of activities that we do, and remember each activity is identified as a data in our life. And apart from that, we also do some activity. We also say something to somebody else. We also think internally, and we also do feel something. So these are also activities apart from those 21 activities we do. So these are all the examples. If we, what all that we do, we may do some fitness activity, opening a bank account, smartphone usage. And for example, now itself, when my voice was not audible to the madam and the people at the other side, they immediately called me. So smartphone usage was happening. So likewise, so there are certain activities in terms of thinking, in terms of feeling, in terms of saying, all that are happening in our life. So what is that we do with that activities? So what is so I have just tried to chalk down the activities. So what we do, we prepare or create the data. So by means of doing some activity, that one of the sample activity can be talking. That's called verbal data. Thereafter, what we try to do, we try to store that data. Where do we store? Possibly in our memory. And we try to retrieve it as and when we require it or for future usage purpose. Then retrieving or recalling, and after recalling, what do? We try to do some kind of processing, analyzing. And what is the meaning of analyzing or processing here? Try to recall what is that we did earlier, what is that we are going to do in future, and that kind of thought process. And then apply is nothing but execute some work with respect to that particular data we try to do. That is called applying. We also try to do something called managing the situation by means of cohesively putting the data in a particular sequence, or whatever data which are misappropriate will have to be separated out, and we try to use that later. So that kind of management activities we try to do. And later, if possible, we try to review the data that we have already stored, retrieved, processed, whether that can be useful for the future or not. That kind of reviewing, reworking for improvements. So in that way, set of activities we do unknowingly. So remember, all these activities, every one of us we do, whether it is a child or a grown-up person or elderly person, all of us we try to do, and all these activities have been sequenced in a proper manner. So what is that we try to finally understand with respect to this sequence of activities? Yes, it is nothing but what we technically people say called data science. So the data science is built into us. So we need not to search data science elsewhere. Hope you have understood the meaning of data science within ourselves. Is it audible to you? Is there any problem still?
Sir, it's audible.
Okay.
I'll just make all the attendees.
Oh.
I mean, I request all the participants to raise their hand if you have any queries.
Yeah, that's always welcome.
Yeah.
Because my job now, I am well known for giving human life examples for whatever technology that we talk.
So
So
nice
now the data science is totally understood for every one of you. So what we do every day is nothing but a data science. That's what I am trying to say.
Right.
So some reasons why data science is important to us. So why do we require data science? It is required for improving the quality of life or lifestyle, make informed decisions. So yesterday's decision might not have been good, tomorrow's decision might be good. So in order to make multiple better decisions, monitoring health and wealth. So we have to monitor health and wealth, find solutions to the new problems or new solutions, and the backup of our activities, that is storing, and then being strategic in our later activities using verbal data and keeping track of many related things. So all these activities we have been doing invariably and informally without noticing what is that we really do. All these big activities are built into us, our everyday daily activities. Therefore, we require the data and we realize the importance of data in our own life. Now, an example of need of data, you must be knowing, though the picture is not showing any Indians, but the point mentioned here is very much relevant to India. pressing need to develop health policies, strategies, and interventions. You must be knowing every now and then every state government in our country is trying to propose new set of policies for improving the health of public. New different strategies have been formulated. New interventions and solutions have been prepared and deployed. But still, the public health has not been improved. Every now and then we get into problems. And that kind of situations would really tell us the need for data and data science. So what do we do with the data and data science? We can think of the example of the COVID-19, which just crossed and still prevailing in our country, not only in our country, almost all countries in the whole of world. So determine whether a plan or program is on schedule with planned activities. So we have to monitor that. The activities that have been planned, scheduled, and deployed by government, state government or central government, has been ongoing properly or not, that has to be monitored. For that, we really require data and data science. We will look into the meaning of data science technically, how it is at a later stage. But right now, this is the point that we want to make and stress. Assess whether a policy or plan or program has produced desired impacts. Yes, this is also true. Government has been pumping lots of money. Whether that money has really created an impact on the public health, that's visible or not, that is also to be ensured, and that assessment has to be done. And we also will have to generate knowledge. What was the activity, what were the activities that we have done, and what were the impact, what were the problems, what were the solutions, what are the research gaps or the implementation gaps, and how we can improve at future. So in that way, there are many different activities which will give us what is called new knowledge. So in that way, inform the policy, planning, program decisions. These are all the set of activities that need to be done, and we can do all these things only with the help of data or the so-called data science. We can use data or data science to inform the policies and plans, raise additional resources. For example, you must be knowing government might have decided in some poor remote locations some money. That grant for improving the health conditions might not be sufficient. So, or they require additional resource, money, grant, or manpower, the doctors, nurses. That kind of assessment will have to be done. So, raise additional resources, strengthen programs to improve results, ensure accountability and reporting. This is more important for us. Accountability is more important, more required for Indians, and that's why Government of India now has been doing everything in the form of digital transformations. And improve the quality of services provided, contribute to global lessons learned. So other countries might have learned some lessons, how to bring those best to our country. So then that way, there are many different agencies which have been working to bring the best to our country. So in that way, there are many ways to use data and data science to our own country and its needs. How does data affect my everyday life? If I think as an individual, you think as an individual, how is that data affecting your personal life? So there are many things that you also can answer like me here. So listening to music, working out and scrolling social media harness our actions to request more entertainment options. This is known to all of you. All of us are Indians and no one is keeping quiet even for 1 minute while traveling. Is it not? You will be switching on the WhatsApp or whatever it is, particularly jokes, political media, and so many things we watch. And not only we think that we enjoy those things, but we really disturb the others, sitting neighbors. So in that way, listening to music is nothing but data on data science. For example, Spotify collects. Spotify is the company collects the user listening information to create customized playlists, while Instagram tracks our engagement to streamline their sponsored ads and suggested accounts that match our interests. You must be knowing this is what told by many cyber security people. So every social media that comes to our mobile phone now is watching us. So you know how is it happening. So for example, email based advertisements, mobile phone number based advertisements, how the companies do know about our mobile numbers is all because of this. And similarly, you also know nowadays everyone is using a smart watch and a smart, so many smarts. Only the person is not smart. All other things are smart with us. So using Fitbit or Apple Watch, we try to identify that will take care of our health. Really, if you look at those health smart watches and things, they don't really help us. They really take our time away from our normal routine work. This is what told and reported in many different ads of the human life. So in that way, the data and data science, they have been used by every one of us in our everyday life. So having understood the data and data science from our own real life, now let's move on to understand the data and data science from the technological perspective. So is that okay? Any questions as of now? Anybody has any question? I think
anyone has a question, please raise your hand, or your mics are like, say, you can unmute yourself and ask a question. I mean, to clear your doubts. Any kind of question is welcome.
Okay, no one is asking any question.
No one is asking.
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah, people are busy in their mobile phones. That's why they are not asking any questions.
So they are generating data, sir.
Data, yes. So now let's move on to the second section of our presentation, data science. Why all the excitement? Some examples, sources of data, where from we get the data, and what really is data science and how to do data science. Those who are interested in doing research, this particular portion may be interesting. So we look at these 4 points in the second section. So before going to the data and the data science, how much data we produce? So there was a study done. So in 2008, Google was processing 20 petabytes of data per day. Now look at the fourth bullet. The amount of data that is growing exponentially, that is understood by every one of us now. Today, the best estimate suggests that at least 2.5 quintillion bytes of data is produced every day. That is 2.5 followed by 18 zeros. So such a huge volume of data, every one of that is the whole world is producing. And remember the processing cost of that data. 1 terabyte of disk data processing cost, that is storing cost $60 approximately. And time to read and process is we require nearly 2 hours with the present set of laptop, desktop kind of fastest processors. So this is the Google's survey, and that says this is the data that we produce. So we'll try to understand the meaning of data science. So data science, why all the excitement? So the answer for this question is data is a precious asset. So what is that asset? For us, for our organization, it is most important. It helps to understand and enhance the business processes, thereby saving time and money. So this is the most essential thing. You must be knowing whatever work that we were doing earlier, maybe 10 years before, for 10 hours, today we try to complete it in 4 to 5 hours. So that is how we save the time. And of course, the money also has grown up multifold. So rest of the time, what do we do? As we already just now noted, we use our time for WhatsApp, Facebook, and so many. So the data is precious. The work is precious. The activities that we do in our organization is important. So data science is an important or extended activity of data. That is, data is meaningless until its conversion is given in the form of some kind of valuable information to us. That means it involves into a deep look into the data, performing some kind of activity such as data mining or data management, and finding out what is there hidden in that data and bringing that hidden ideas or hidden data, mean knowledge or information to the human. That activity is called data science. So in general, data science can also be told as discovery of what we see, insights of what we learn, and innovation that what we look for. So these three things put together is called the essence of data science. So we try to discover from the data. So today, one more thing that I have to reiterate, though I don't use particularly the word big data, from the inaugural address keynote speaker's message, data today is invariably illustrating or mapping to big data. So that must be understood by every one of us. So a large volume of data is available. From that we need to discover, to identify what is there, what is hidden there, and what kind of insights from where we can learn for our future, and what is that innovation that we can think for our better future. So in that way, these three activities that together called data science. Applications or examples of data science which have already been told by the earlier keynote speaker as well as now by me. Image recognition. So many varieties of image related applications are available. Speech recognitions and internet search, digital advertisements, recommender systems, and price comparison websites, gaming, delivery, logistics, fraud and risk detection, and so on. I'll just give one or two examples here and there, not for all. For example, this internet search. Internet search is nothing but our Google search. So a simple understanding of internet search is Google search. So Google is the predominantly used the search engine that's being used by worldwide. And besides that, there are many different mini search engines are available. So whatever we try to search, produce the data for us. And we must be knowing there are many people who use or keep storing those search results for the future use. There are desktop search engines available for every one of us, and that also can be available, downloaded from the open source. So using that, you will be able to search whatever have already been collected and stored in your hard disk. So that way the internet search will be able to help us in identifying the discovery, innovation, and so on. Speech recognition, you must be knowing, in India and many other countries it is more common. In the name of a popular politician or popular person, people try to imitate his voice and try to create a bogus message. So that kind of things will have to be identified. And you must be knowing one such popular application that's prevailing today is fake news. Fake news, that is wrong news. So if somebody tells something and that has been misinterpreted by many other people in different ways, that way speech recognition is one such activity. Image recognition, for example, landsliding in places like Mangalore, Pune, where Western Ghats section is there, landsliding. So original landslide land image, and after some time, what is the land image? If there is some mismatch, you will be able to come to a conclusion by means of some algorithmic approach. There is something wrong that had happened in the past. So in that way, you will be able to understand using image recognition multiple different disasters. Recommender systems, this is well known to all of you. All of us, we buy from Amazon and various other online stores very many different things. Even morning idli also you buy from Swiggy based on recommenders. If there are 10 idli shops, I am talking from Mangalorean viewpoint. So idli, if it is available from 10 different shops, which idli will be more tasty, which chutney will be more tasty, you have recommender systems for that, and so on. So there are many different applications, all have been devised from the data science viewpoint. So data is the new oil. This is what the World Economic Forum in 2011 told. What is the meaning of new oil? Without oil, no vehicle will run. So our human system also will not run. So in that way, data is the new oil. And without that, today we cannot even imagine any simple activity. So where from the data comes? So data comes from different sources. The keynote speaker also told IoT. So IoT is one thing. So it's all happening online. So everything that you do in online, no, server request that is going to a company's website and requesting something, transactions, network images, and so many other things. Similarly, user-generated data by means of searching and now using YouTube, WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, and so on, and Internet of Things or machine-to-machine things. So that kind of sensors also is the cause for creating multiples of sources. So health and scientific computing. So high performance computing, the CDAC expert was telling about the HPC machine that the CDAC Pune had installed. So many different sources of data are possible, available today in this world. So this is just the earlier slide was a pictorial representation. This is a verbal representation. So data sources are service delivery statistics, census, surveys, evaluations, research studies, sentinel surveillance, budget information, and so on. So if you think about the differences between data and information, the simple data is unsynthesized and the information is synthesized. We will be looking at more on that. So the growth of data is exponential. That is what we already noted. And the meaning of data science technically is this. The data science is the science which uses the computer science, statistics, machine learning, visualization, and human-computer interactions to collect, clean, integrate, analyze, visualize, interact with the data to create data products. What is the meaning of data product? Any application that we think and use, everything is a data product. For example, WhatsApp is a data product. Facebook is a data product. If you think about an MIS in your college is also a data product. Turning the data into data products is the data science its goal. Okay, so this is the simplest possible. Any question now? Any clarification
Sir,
also?
there is a question in the chat box by Rohini.
Okay.
So she is asking, are recommender systems evaluating results based on real data or is it from fake data?
Most of the recommender systems are from real data. Fake data you will also get in the internet. That's why I said fake news, fake data is also possible. But that we will have to be careful. So we have to apply our mind. I always tell my own students, my friends here, whatever we think, see in internet, all should not be blindly believed. You should apply your mind. And that is where the natural intelligence is. We talk about artificial intelligence in the data science. Artificial intelligence will not always help. We should apply our natural intelligence. So fake data-based recommender systems are available. We should try to, or we should be having the capability of distinguishing between those two. That's my the instantaneous answer for that, madam. I'll try to tell more about that.
Rohini, is your answer, Rohini?
Yes, sir.
Did you get the answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Okay. So if you think about
a break or do you want to continue, sir?
For me, there is no problem. I can talk till 9 o'clock.
So you can continue, sir.
Okay. So if you think about the data science and what are the different roles, what are the different personals available in the data science era. So we think about, so as was told earlier, cloud computing is there. So you need to have cloud computing experts. So why do we require cloud computing? It is required for storing as well as processing. Internet of Things is the source of the data. Big data is to identify large volume of data. So in that way we have data, and what is called a datafication is nothing but from every process, every activity, every domain of application we get data, and the datafication is nothing but collecting data, storing data, and performing some kind of processing on that data. And in the processing concept, we need to understand the analytic tools, machine learning, recommender systems, complex event processing. All these are all different activities related to data science. We will be learning how to do data science. That was one of the concepts that we said in the second section. We will be looking at that. So in that way, data scientist, set data science team, and finally upon applying visualization, we get some kind of graph like this. So by looking at this graph, we understand whether we have done on the datafication, everything has gone on right track or wrong track. So that insight we will be able to get. So if we get once, so maybe I will relate this data visualization with the earlier question that was asked. So if the data visualization once, if it goes wrong, we can accept it. If multiple times continuously, if it goes wrong, we have to have a suspect on that. So that is where we can think whether it is a fake data based recommendation or real data based recommendation. Also, we must be able to communicate, correlate with the data of ours with somebody else. So that is where we will be able to apply our real knowledge. So this is how the data science roles have been identified. So the data science has been defined by Wikipedia in this way, and we also go further to understand the data science in this way. We have already said the data, information, and after information, the knowledge. So the insights that into appropriate actions based on the interpreted data is knowledge. This is another pictorial representation of data, information, and knowledge. So create the data and then try to understand what is there inside and make a proper representation, and then proper understanding and integration with the rest of the data. So that kind of understanding is required for knowledge. So in that way, data science, informatics or information science, this is semantic science or knowledge science. So these three are three different domains. So history of data science, of course, this is not required. It has taken a long journey, and today we are in the time wherein we are all governed by data science. So there are many real-time examples. Companies learn about your secrets, shopping patterns, and preferences. You must be knowing about this from your Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and so many other accounts. Your details are stolen already. That's not at all secret for anymore. So similarly, data science and election, this must be known to you. 1 million people installed the Obama Facebook app that gave access to the people, and that's how the election. In the election, Obama, the former president of US, had won in the election. So there are several such real life examples available. Even in India, it's available. So this slide and a few more slides in the next upcoming portion now tells how to do data science. So far we understood what is data science. Now how to do data science. If one wants to do data science, for example, in my organization, I want to do data science. Data I have collected, what activities, what set of activities that I want to do, which can be called as data science. So that is being described here pictorially. Describe the business problem. So what is that business I want? And perform the data analysis and exploratory analysis. How to bring and make use of data. That is what is being said here. Provide possible solutions, algorithms, metrics, and scenarios. So from where we will be able to collect the data, and then algorithm selection. Algorithm selection is nothing but how to sample the data, how to sample the size, and so on. And perform data wrangling. So that is a transformation of data from one form to the other form, and split the data samples into dependent and independent variables. This is what the clustering and classification kind of things. And then we have to standardize the data in terms of scaling up and scale down. And then model building. So data modeling is the activity, and then data visualization, and then we have to do the deployment, that is the final model, and then update. So this is a cyclic way of performing the different activities, which all together called data science process. Those who are aware of something called software engineering. In software engineering, you must have studied or taught something called SDLC, software development life cycles. The whole product development, any product, not necessarily software. So anything is based on life cycle model. Somebody is saying something. Shall I stop here? No? Okay, so no. So data science is the process. So raw data, this is another way of understanding that. And so this is how the data science is the activity set of activities being performed. So raw data is collected from the real world, data is processed, cleaning the data, and exploratory data analysis is done, and then applying machine learning, deep learning, or any other artificial intelligence kind of solution. Somebody is saying something.
Yeah, please mute yourself.
Shall I go ahead or shall I stop?
No, sir. You can continue.
Okay. Having understood the multiple activities related to data science, we now go ahead in terms of understanding the various types of data. So this relational data is already known to you, that is known from the knowledge of DBMS, the database management system. Text data, almost all web today gives you the text data. Semi-structured data from the XML. So from the HTML, we have moved on to XML, and then graph data. So any application can be denoted as a network or graph. So from the graph data, and then social network like WhatsApp, anything that you today do is understood as the social network. Semantic web is RDF form of data, streaming of data, and like that there are many forms of data people have invented in order to make this data science process more comfortable and easy to. So to understand further on the types of data that was told in the previous slide, data comes from various sources such as online purchases, multimedia forms, instruments, financial logs, sensors. So all these data are of different formats. So data must be understood, unstructured. So these three are the popular ways of understanding the different types of data: unstructured, semi-structured, and structured. So unstructured data includes the data coming from blogs. So so many people are writing blogs. Somebody asks some question, somebody answers. So that question answering kind of things, are not following any standard. For example, today if in your WhatsApp, if you type the text, normally people nowadays do not type the complete text. So that is called the unstructured data. So digital images, emails, mobile devices, sensors, everything that we nowadays use is unstructured data. So in case you have unstructured data, in the data processing, that is in the previous slide we said, so here we may have to do some kind of pre-processing. So pre-processing is the activity that we have to do on the unstructured data. And then similarly, we have semi-structured data from which the machines can read, that is XML files, text files, ASCII text files, and so on. Structured data fully readable by machines like online transaction processing, RDBMS transaction data. So for example, ATM, bank transactions, those are all structured data. So in that way, these three different varieties of data normally people know from the different applications. So in that way, the data science has to be understood from the viewpoints of various disciplines. So the same thing is shown from the other picture also. So data engineering, scientific method, so different disciplines put together only is the data science. So far we have understood the data science from the technical viewpoint. What is data science? How is that data helping us to understand the data science? What are the different tasks that we do in data science? Maybe I can tell one more terminology. So people tell, so if you look at from the real world, we collect the data and get to the final decisions. This typically is also known as what is called the workflow of data science. So of course, I have not used that word here. So that's a specific research that people do. What is the workflow of data science applicable to my company? That may not be applicable to your company. So people will have to identify the set of processes that are required for a particular business. So in that context only, you need to identify the different types of data, different types of algorithms, different types of disciplines that are required for making the data science viable to our company. And therefore, I say data science is a multidisciplinary domain. So this is another picture saying is the holistic approach of data science. So data acquisition is nothing but data collection, and from multiple applications you collect the data, making the data trustable and usable. Trustable belongs to the security, management of big data, modeling and analysis, and dissemination, visualization, and the data is being presented for useful for using properly to the management side. So for the management side, supporting things are ethics, policy, social impact, and so on. So this is how the data science or the workflow has been understood. Now let us try to understand the data science and its importance with respect to certain case studies. If you remember, the first section itself was the case study of data science with respect to our own life. So we will now try to explore the importance of data science in certain cases. So in healthcare industry, physicians use data science to analyze the data from various sensing devices or wearable trackers to ensure their patients, their well-being, and make vital decisions. This is always known to us. So going to get treatment in the hospitals is inevitable today in modern world. So whenever we happen to go to the hospital, the doctors put various kinds of sensors on our body, sense the parameters and make assumptions, and they compare our previous visits data and make a final decision and give the prescription. So that's how the data science is used in healthcare. Data science also enables to reduce the waiting time. So this is hospital management. So waiting time, if there are more people waiting, they can put more service points. So that is how the hospital management application can also make use of the data. Another application is the transportation providers use the data science to enhance the transportation journeys to their customers. So this is known to you. Now, for example, in many state government transport corporations, during Diwali and forthcoming Christmas and the New Year vacations, lots of people travel to their hometown. So during festival time, more transportation is required. That was already understood because of the past experience. How many more new vehicles are the buses or different vehicles required? So that has been identified with the help of some data science application in that particular domain. They deploy all that. So in that way, road transport corporation, railways, flights, and so on, all that are operating with the help of what is called a data science. Data science facilitates the companies to leverage social media data content. This is also true from social. This we have already said. Recommended. So there was a question also. The recommendation, is it based on fake data or real data? So we have to apply our mind, and there are solutions to identify whether it is fake data or real data. You must be knowing in your own email there is a separate folder called spam. So how is the incoming mail being identified whether it's a spam or the real inbox data? So that is the spam based algorithms. So that is based on the fake data if it goes to spam. If it comes to the inbox, it is original or real time data. So in that way, there are algorithms that are used in the domain of data science to categorize the incoming data. So with the data science, one can analyze the massive graphical data, temporal data, geospatial data to draw insights. You must be knowing, an example of this is tomorrow it's going to rain here, or day after tomorrow it's going to be a storm, or new cloudy situation is going to form, and that's going to be a severe situation in the coastal area. That kind of analysis or weather prediction in general is this kind of activity. Data science applications in the public service fields include health-related research, financial market. This is known to everybody. Stock market analysis and fraud detection. This is cyber security. Energy exploration. This is called nowadays green energy, and green energy and environmental protection. Carbon dioxide emission to the environment should be minimized, and so on. So all these are all the applications based on the data science. So this is the data science landscape. So what all the technologies that you should know if at all you want to be an expert in data science? Nanotechnology, because the sensors are there. Physics, robotics, mathematics, statistics, information theory, information technology, artificial intelligence, and so on. And what all the techniques that you need to know within these domains: signal processing, visualization, data compression, data warehousing, database, data mining, and so on. So all these things you must be an expert. And what are the objects or what are the kinds of data on which you will be able to apply these fields and the algorithms? So there are many. In every discipline you have that. And what are the different approaches? Some of the approaches that we people take from information technology and AI, so that are all applied in the data science domain. So this slide tells us a big picture about the data science landscape. So this is a picture which tells us an example, an appreciation of data science as a recommender system. Recommender systems, the ability to offer unique personalized service, increase the sales, click-through rates and conversions. For example, Netflix, Amazon, I need not to tell anything about this, you are all experts in that. And collaborative filtering at scale. So what is collaborative filtering? From the multiple levels and multiple domains, you have the filtering mechanism. So this is where so part of the answer to the earlier question, like whether it is based on the real-time data or fake data. So that kind of recommendation systems can also be an example of understanding the importance of the data science to us, all of us. Remember, every day our life starts with only recommender systems. So morning itself, if you are traveling from Mumbai to Mangalore, I am living in Mangalore, you are in Mumbai. So by the time you reach Mangalore, and if you want to have a particular aloo paratha from a particular shop here in Mangalore, hotel here, you can order it through Swiggy, and on the time you reach Mangalore railway station, the parcel will be with you. So that kind of recommender systems are available, and people are making use of that. So that is one of the beautiful benefit of data science. Healthcare systems, of course, this we have already mentioned. So predicting why patients are being readmitted. So readmission is again because of the data science. What were the past data? What are the current prevailing data? How to predict what is going to be in future? So that kind of predictive analytics is the basis of the healthcare systems, and that's again based on data science. You must be knowing today everybody in India talks about smart city applications. We are also working for smart city applications at Mangalore. So there are many. So I'll be telling you one of the applications that I am working in the later set of slides. So most of the smart city applications do belong to the data science applications. One of the applications which we said earlier, the green energy or energy efficiency of street lights, automatic on and off using IoT kind of applications. You must be knowing in your own university, you might have given exercises to your own students how IoT kind of signaling can be used to switch on, switch off automatically the street lights. That kind of simulators are available, built-in breadboards are available, with the help of which you can design a bigger system. So what you have simulated in the laboratory can be extended to the large-scale product. So all such things are smart city applications. Similarly, smart buildings, electricity being used in smart buildings, how that can be sustainable and smart in terms of carbon dioxide emission to the environment. Then like that, there are many applications. One such application is intelligent transportation system, about which will be telling later. Another application which is common to all of us, particularly every now and then we have been Indians, we have been warned, is about cyber security while using social media. So fraud detection is an activity, and how that's happening, there are several papers, several research activities going on. So some related terminologies and definition is the next section, because moment we say data science, there are many different related terminologies which people hear now and then. So how they are all different, how they are all similar, that we will try to understand. So you know big data and data science. So are they similar? So I will not read, but I'll try to tell you what is this. Data science is already known to you. What is that? Big data is nothing but the data when it grows with multiple in size. People have early days described the big data in terms of these three: velocity, variety, and volume. But of course, people have derived multiple such V's. So I will not spend much time on that. So big data science, in my opinion, big data is the data, raw data, like simple data. Data science is nothing but the activities or the processing that we perform on the big data in order to realize the future, or to understand what is hidden in that big data. So there is a close connection between data science and big data, and most big data exists in the unstructured format, and that includes some non-numeric data. Therefore, the task of processing data as a data scientist involves eliminating noise and extracting useful insight. So extracting useful insight is data science, and availability of data or big data is from the real life or real time applications. Similarly, data science versus statistics. So this is also another confusing terminology. Statistics, those who are clear from computer science, they know what is statistics. So statistics is a branch of mathematics from where only you get algorithms, methodologies, approaches, which the machine learning, deep learning, all that are making use. Whereas the data science is the processing of data in order to get in the insight. Data mining versus data science. This is another confusing terminology which people. Data mining was one of the old technique people still use, and it's still required. But data mining is the way to look at the data from the viewpoint of algorithms. So data mining is the technique used in the business, while data science is the actual field of scientific study or discipline. So you can, in a simplified manner, you can say data mining is an algorithmic approach. Data science is the process-based approach. So there are multiple processes you have to do for happening, for making the data science to happen. Whereas data mining is an algorithmic approach. So in that way, data mining and data science are also related. Data science versus artificial intelligence. You remember, data science is the process, set of processes. Artificial intelligence is nothing but the methodology or the approach which requires to be used in the processing of data science. So in that way, artificial intelligence can be machine learning, deep learning, all that. Data science and artificial intelligence, this is continuing. Of course, you can read, the slides will be available to you. Data science and machine learning, as we already noted, machine learning is one of the branch or one of the specialization which has come out from artificial intelligence. So for example, most humans learn as a child what a flower is without thinking about it. When the human brain achieves that by learning through experience, by collecting data on which specific features are associated with the flowers. So as a small child, you know what is flower? Flower is an object. Whereas when you think about a flower, when you are grown up, you require so many other descriptions to describe or to understand what flower is that. About the smell, about the size, about the color, and the shape, and so many other things. So in that way, the machine learning tells us the more in-depth details about the data science and its insight. Similarly, data science and deep learning. Deep learning is a special function of artificial intelligence that mimics the human brain. So, for example, neural networks. So, from the neural networks, people have developed multiple varieties of neural networks. So, making use of neural networks as an algorithmic model for processing the data in data science is the difference between the different data science and deep learning. Data science and data analytics. So this is another terminology people keep using. So data analytics or data analysts examine the large data sets into identifying the trends, development charts, and create visual presentations to help the business people to make more strategic decisions. So the data science is the process or the set of processes. On completion of the set of processes, the insight that we take is the analytics component. So the data analysis involves answering the questions generated for better decision making. It uses existing information to uncover the actionable data. The data analytics focuses on specific areas with specific goals. For example, if I apply analytics in the research field, for example, you must be knowing those who want to do PhD, postdoctoral, so you have something called research data. If I want to apply the analytics in the sales person, so what is the sales in western region, what is the sales in eastern region, how to improve the sales in one particular region, so sales analytics. Similarly, stock market, financial analytics, marketing analytics, advertisement analytics, and so on. So depending on the field, application domain, you will be able to say this is this particular specialization of data analytics, whereas the data science is the generic set of processes which will be commonly, uniformly applied to multiple application domains. So this is a continuation of data analytics. So we will now look at a case study where we are contributing. So there is one of the specializations in smart city called Intelligent Transportation Systems, ITS. So in one particular component within ITS is connected vehicles, and within the connected vehicles, all of you must be knowing there is something called smart cars. So Tesla is selling smart car, Google is having smart car, and many more companies. So what is that connected vehicle? What is that we try to do here using data science is the set of two slides that I have put forth here. So ITS is an umbrella domain, a bigger domain within which you have the connected vehicles. Within connected vehicles, you have smart cars or smart vehicles, and within that there are many different things. So let us not get into that. So the origin of data can be from roadways, so from the vehicles, vehicle-based data, traveler-based data, wider area data, that is from the CCTV cameras. So the data for the transportation systems and intelligent transportation systems are available from multiple sources. So that is the second bullet. So we need to distinguish between the digitally generated, passively produced, or automatically collected, geographically or temporally traceable or continuously analyzed data. So what is the benefit here? So this is the data science that we are doing. So certain data are digitally generated. So all the data generated from the moving car is digitally generated. Passively produced are the camera, CCTV cameras. Automatically collected is also CCTV cameras and certain specific transportation digital points. Geographically or temporally traceable, wherever you get the word temporally, it is time dependent. So time dependent data and then continuously available data. So with all these multiple data, how do you perform the data science is the job. So with this, this is a very complex job. So it is not only one type of data. So we have to identify from these multiple varieties of real data, what is unstructured data, what is structured data, what is semi-structured data. Only these three are finally required for us to do the data science and making use of different algorithms and approaches. So data science applied to connected vehicles. It is the connected vehicles is the domain and mobility of people, goods for safe driving, environmental benefits and driver support and so on. Mobility is the new model of lifestyle today. No one is static today. You must be knowing, I know among the participants also there may be multiple people moving in the car, still switching on the WhatsApp or internet, listening to the speaker. So in that way, mobility is inevitable today. So from the mobile world today, how the connected vehicles kind of concept can help for making us or the government for safe traveling of passengers, safe movement of goods and so on. So that is the project. So data science to connected vehicles is one such component we are at right now focusing is safe driving. You must be knowing that is like data science, there is one more science called, which I have not mentioned here, called service science. So how to apply data science to service science? Service science is required for safe driving. For example, you must be knowing, if I tell about the India, whatever has been mentioned here is Indian scenario. Variable speed limit systems for ensuring traffic safety. So you know in different locations of highway, different speed limit indications are there. What are the importance of that in data science? Driver behavior and performance analysis is also required. Driver behavior, you must be knowing different drivers do behave in different ways. So we have to collect all that. And similarly, we have to assist the driver in order for safe driving, the connected vehicle operations which from the data that are coming from data vehicle itself and various other data resources. So putting all these things together, no, we have to do what is called safe driving service. So how to create that kind of new service? So that is the actual work that we are focusing on. So that is the glimpse of our research, particularly in data science, making use of the real data from the transportation side. So the next set of slides are talking about the current trends in the data science. So one thing is adaptability issues. So what is adaptability? Adaptability is the biggest issue for even human being. For example, if you are living at Pune, all of a sudden you have been transferred to Mangalore, you have to adapt yourself to Mangalore situation. So that adaptability situation arises even for human being. If that is so, think about the adaptability issue for the application domains. So that the COVID-19 is the biggest challenge that we have all faced in the recent past. So after COVID-19, how that adaptability is applicable to data science is the biggest research today. For example, you think about, if you don't understand what I have said, adaptability in terms of learning. After COVID-19, there are several online education platforms. Do you say that all platforms that are available are good for us? How good they are to us, our children? Who can answer this? So adaptability has to be measured. So what are the metrics of adaptability? How do we measure them? How do we say that this much is adaptable to this particular group of people? How much adaptable to this particular group of people and so on. So adaptability is the biggest issue and which has been now taken up as the research challenge in the domain of data science. Second thing is decision intelligence. Taking decision is okay, but whether that decision is it intelligent enough for our future or not. So that is to be answered. So that is a biggest challenge. And for example, if you take a decision for tomorrow, and if whatever decision that you have taken, if that does not happen, all will go upset. Is it not? So in that way, the decision intelligence will have to be useful. So that is where the meaning of data science becomes more useful. Beyond data science, if people can think, so there are two more domains. There is something called information science. There is something called knowledge science. So if you ask management people, those who are teaching MBA or information systems, they all know the information science kind of activities similar to data science kind of activities. Knowledge management is a field which can be coexist with information science and data science. So how multiple other fields can coexist with data science in order to make our human life comfortable. So that is also another upcoming research field in the data science. So I have just spelled only a few. So those are all the current trends in data science. There are many more. Due to the non-availability of time, I will not talk about all that. And finally, as the summary, the data science promotes to realizing the opportunities presented in the real world by means of realizing the presence of various forms of data or simply big data towards improved lifestyle. So final goal is improved lifestyle. So I will not read the entire thing because these are all plain English, so you can understand that. So if you want to become a data scientist, so data scientist is the job of 21st century. You must be knowing every engineering college, whatever is the engineering branch that you study, finally the IT companies come and take you. So you need to become a data scientist, whether you like it or not. So in that way, what you need to read to become a data scientist. So you have to have a thorough knowledge on mathematics and applied mathematics and applied statistics, data analysis, solid programming skills, particularly R, Python, and so on, data mining algorithms, database storage and management as the primary subject that you would have studied in your basic engineering, and then the latest machine learning models, machine learning algorithms, and how to perform analytics. So those are all the things required for becoming the data scientist. So that's all from me as of now. So hope I have given you the study importance on the data science with some case studies both in the real life as well as in the scientific field. If you have anything else to ask me, you may please ask me.
So there are questions in the chat box, a couple of questions.
Okay.
Meanwhile, if anybody wants to ask a question, may just raise their hand. I'll just read. So can you elaborate on what is trustable data and how it is decided whether the data is trustable? I mean, on the earlier lines, the question is.
Yes, I understand. So trust management or trust is one of the concepts in cyber security. So cyber security, core cyber security people talk about cryptography, cryptographic algorithms, and so on. Trust people don't talk about in terms of cryptographic algorithms. They talk about social science and trust. Society, we trust each other. In that sense, how the data can be trusted from its source, where from the data comes. So trust management, trust algorithms are available. Those are all part of cyber security. It is one domain of cyber security. So from that source, like earlier question was fake news, real-time data, is it real-time data or fake real-time data? Very similar to that. So using trust management, trust technology, people can identify whether the source is from the real data source or the fake real data source. That kind of approaches are possible, available. Hope I have answered you.
Yes, hope Snehal, your query is answered. Sir, again, one more question she has asked. Is knowledge science and knowledge management same or different?
Knowledge management is from the viewpoint of management, MBA, management science. Knowledge science is from the viewpoint of information science or computer science, in terms of algorithms, methodologies, approaches, and so on. We can say knowledge management is one of the components in knowledge science.
So knowledge management comes first and then knowledge science, right?
Yes. Knowledge management, people from the viewpoint of management studies, school of management, they look at one from the knowledge management. Knowledge science is like data science, the various processes and various algorithms, methodologies, approaches. I used a word called workflow. So with what workflow, if I move on, I will be able to achieve what is required for the final decision making. So that kind of activities are under knowledge science.
Okay, one more she has.
Yeah.
She's writing something. Yeah. Adaptability is to be decided on which factors?
Adaptability is context sensitive, madam. Adaptability is dependent on the application, the data sources, the data algorithms, or the so-called workflow, all that. We also say no adaptability, whether I am adaptable to a new situation. So
Yes.
likewise, the data source, if I, for example, the workflow may be remaining same. Whereas the data source may be different. Today I use one data, for example, landsliding algorithms I have applied in Mangalore region. Tomorrow I bring the same landslide prediction algorithm technology to Pune or Bombay, Western Ghats area. My algorithm which worked in Mangalore area will not work there because the data source may be different. The images may be different. The forest dens, for example, may be different. So in that way, the data science will have to be adapted to the context. That is called adaptability.
Yes.
Is there any other set of questions?
These were the questions. Yeah, you answered the query. Yeah, any more questions if we can get, or some interaction, anything? So there are faculty members from, I mean, non-computer background also. So they may be new to data science. I mean, from pharmacy we have 2 to 3 faculty members. Yeah.
Anybody can ask any question. Pharmacy, for example, has been extensively utilizing data and data science. For example, drug design in microbiology, people make use of data science. Without that, people, for example, during COVID-19 time, all of us we know Pune-based companies have developed a new medicine for COVID-19, and that was given to all the world, different countries. So that drug design happened because of the data science. People collected the COVID-19 samples from different countries and they modeled the data and they analyzed the data. With that data or different processing, they identified what kind of molecule models can help in overcoming the problem. So the drug design is one such application of the data science.
Professor Gange, Dharmendra Gange wants to ask, he has raised his hand. So you can unmute yourself. I mean, it is a discussion. You can just.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm audible.
Yeah,
you are audible.
Whether I'm audible?
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Good evening, sir. It's Dr. Dharmendra Gange from electronics and telecommunication background.
Okay, nice of you.
The question is it what is role of this data science in mobile generations, maybe in 4G communications or maybe in 5G communications? Because what
Okay, so
in my
your
PhD I had.
Yeah, I understood. Your question is pertaining to the 4G, 5G communication technology, not related to the human or societal applications. So that's what I understand.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I understood your question correctly because I am also my background is electrical engineering. So, for example, now 5G is rolled on. More and more mobile companies are selling 5G phones. 5G applications are yet to come. 5G mobile apps are yet to come. Is it not? So, data science can help in bringing up new models of mobile apps, which can be based on the 5G. So how 5G can be used, what kind of frequency will be helpful to develop this particular application, what range of frequency, what different modulation schemes and so on. So that way 5G, 4G, yes, there are many different companies do make use of the data science in developing their own communication technological solutions. Hello, is that okay?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any other question from anyone else? In case you don't want to ask me any question right now, because it's 9 o'clock already, you all may be feeling hungry, going for dinner.
Right.
So my email ID is available with Madam Professor Sunita. So you can send me emails, no issue. I'll be
I'll
available.
just share it in the chat box. You can mail him anytime.
I'll also tell if you have
Ma'am,
paper.
Yes.
ma'am, that chat box is not visible in mobile app.
Okay, so you can just put your query in your WhatsApp. I'll just ask him if any query, or you can just unmute yourself and ask, sir.
I will
Mail
tell you.
ID I'll put
Yeah.
on the WhatsApp.
It is KCH,
Oh.
K for Karnataka, C for Chandigarh, H for Hyderabad, KCH at the rate of NITK, National Institute of Technology Karnataka, NITK .edu.in. That is in my email ID.
Yeah, so if the option is not available, his mail ID is shared, sir.
Okay, thank
So
you.
you can ask him in the query.
Then you can share on WhatsApp group also.
I shared it, sir, right now.
Okay.
Any more questions if you have? You can just ask. Meanwhile, I'll just share the feedback.
So thank you.
No, I want to ask one question on behalf of researchers. I mean,
Yeah, please tell me, madam.
I mean, there are many algorithms, like say data science, data analytics comes into many. The question is, if you want to start the research, they find it difficult to, I mean, gather data from authentic resources. I mean, there are many of the data available. So whether they should rely on the data that is available online, or they get through some resources, or they should collect their own data and then they start.
I will tell a simple solution.
Yeah.
The researcher can go to Google search and give the SLR, that is systematic literature review, SLR.
Yeah.
For example, if I want to do research in what is it, pharmacy. So SLR, systematic literature review in pharmacy. If you give that search string in Google, you get standard papers, how the systematic literature review was done by other researchers in the whole world. Take some 5-6 papers or 10 papers from that search result, read those papers,
right,
and then follow the guidelines given in those papers. That would be helping you very much. SLR, simply people.
I'll just type it away. SLR.
Yes.
It stands for, sir?
Systematic literature review.
Okay.
In every field that SLR papers are available.
Yes.
In data science itself, SLR available. So people can download, read those papers, follow those guidelines.
Right.
In such SLR papers, they will be telling you in IEEE in transactions, I collected these many papers. In ACM transactions, I collected these many papers, and these are all those papers. Like that, they give the details. So if you also collect papers only from those transactions or reputed publications, your research is going to be 100% successful. There will not be any flaw.
Yeah, that is how they should start actually.
Yes, reading SLR paper is the first step of research.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for answering.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
okay, sir. Okay.
Sir, please wait.
Yeah.
So thank
On
you,
behalf
Professor Sunita and Professor Sandeep
Thank you.
and the administration management of Bharatiya Vidyapeeth. And I remember my good old days. I visited your department
Yes, sir.
as
Yes,
an
sir.
NBA expert long back.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay. So thank you. Bye. Good luck to all
Just wait,
participants.
we'll have one photograph of the participants that
okay,
will mark
okay.
their attendance, and the feedback link will be shared.
Okay.
Dhotre
So
madam.
if you, yes. And Rohini will present the vote of thanks. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. On behalf of Department of Computer Engineering, Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed to be University College of Engineering today, I express sincere thanks to our today's speaker, Dr. K. Chandrasekaran, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today. Your knowledge and experience will definitely help us in understanding importance of data science, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
So thank you, professors. Thank you, participants. I will now log off. And good night to all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
I'll
you.
get back
Thank
to
you.
you tomorrow as it's late. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.